Jai Hind all of you. Welcome back to the third day of maths revision. Today we are going to see the revision of the chapters triangles, introduction to trigonometry, applications of trigonometry, constructions and surface area and volumes. Dear students, we are going to start from the lesson triangles. In earlier classes, we have learned many properties of triangles. What are congruent triangles? What are congruent figures? We learned earlier. In this chapter, we studied about those figures which have the same shape but not necessarily the same size. So, two figures having the same shape but not necessarily the same size, here we studied similar figures. So in this chapter we discussed the similarity of triangles and also we gave a simple proof of Pythagoras theorem using the similarity of triangles. After studying the similarity of triangles, the main important concepts of this lesson to be go through our basic proportionality theorem, a very important theorem. You need to study the proof also. Then similar triangles and similarity criterion we study, different criterion, AAA, SSS, SAS criterions. Ratio of area of similar triangles we studied, Pythagoras theorem and its converse. So all these are very important concepts of this lesson. Let us recall the similarity criterions to determine similarity of triangles. How to test similar triangles? Here you can see two triangles of different shapes ABC, PQR. Now we are going to see the test of similar triangles. So here we are discussing AA test, that is AA criterion, SAS criterion and SSS criterion. What are the different concepts? The first one, AA test, you see when two angles of one triangle are congruent to two corresponding angles of another triangle, then the two triangles are similar. So here in the figure ABC, we can see two corresponding angles. Two angles are correspondingly equal to the second triangle. Angle A corresponds to angle P. Angle A similar to congruent to angle P, angle B congruent to angle Q, angle C congruent to angle R. So these three angles are correspondingly equal by AA test. So we can say therefore triangle ABC is similar to triangle PQR by AA test. When we come to SAS axiom, we know that in two triangles, two pairs of corresponding sides are in the same proportion and the angles between them are congruent, then the two triangles are similar. In this figure, you can see two sides are correspondingly in same proportion and angle between them are correspondingly equal. So if we find the ratio of these two similar triangles, you will get AB by PQ if you are finding, and it will be equal to BC by QR. The ratios are equal. Let us see example AB by PQ if you are finding, that is 1 by 3, and BC upon QR if you are finding it is 2 by 6, that is also equal to 1 by 3. Therefore the ratios are equal. So what we can conclude? We can say angle B congruent to angle Q. Therefore triangle ABC similar to triangle PQR by SAS axiom. Now come to this SSS criterion. See these two triangles. When three sides of a triangle are in proportion to corresponding three sides of another triangle, then the two triangles are similar. So let us verify whether this comes true. Here we can see two triangles ABC and PQR. Now let us see AB by PQ. The first two corresponding sides, what is the ratio? That is equal to BC by QR and equal to AC by PR. So these three ratios are coming equal. Now, if AB by PQ, if you verify it is 1 by 2, BC by QR, if you verify it is 3 by 6, which is again 1 by 2, AC by PR equal to 2 by 4, that is also 1 by 2. The corresponding three ratios are coming equal values 1 by 2. Therefore, triangle ABC is similar to triangle PQR by SSS axiom. Then the very important theorem is basic proportionality theorem or Thales theorem, that states that if a line is drawn parallel to one side of a triangle to intersect the other two sides in distinct points, the other two sides are divided in the same ratio. The theorem is very important. The statement you should memorize and you should study the proof of the theorem also. Write and study the proof and understand the concept, then only we can apply in problems and do very easily. After basic proportionality theorem, we have to understand the converse of basic proportionality theorem, and Pythagoras theorem we studied, converse of Pythagoras theorem. All these are very important statements to be understand very carefully so that we can do all the exercise problems and other extra questions very easily. So all of you want to memorize the statements and practice all those questions that is given to you in the sample question paper and all your textual exercise problems and example problems very thoroughly. Now students, in this triangles chapter you might know the deleted topics, that is proof of the following theorems are deleted. The ratio of the areas of two similar triangles is equal to the ratio of the squares of their corresponding sides. And in a triangle, if the square on one side is equal to the sum of the squares on the other two sides, the angle opposite to the first side is a right triangle. The proof of these following theorems are deleted, so you need not study that. And also you can see in the constructions chapter, construction of triangle is deleted portion. Introduction to trigonometry, we are not doing the derivation of 0 degree and 90 degree ratios and trigonometric ratios of complementary angles. So you might know this deleted topics from this today's revision. Even you just understand that I am showing for you once again. Also students, you need to practice well the very important problems from the areas of similar triangles and Pythagoras theorem application problems. So all these questions you need to practice well. So dear students, let us recall once again what are the important points discussed in this chapter. Number 1, two figures having the same shape but not necessarily the same size are called similar figures. All the congruent figures are similar but the converse is not true. Number 3, two polygons of the same number of sides are similar if their corresponding angles are equal, their corresponding sides are in the same ratio, that is proportion. Number 4, if a line is drawn parallel to one side of a triangle to intersect the two distinct points, then the other two sides are divided in the same ratio. Also we studied, if a line divides any two sides of a triangle in the same ratio, then the line is parallel to the third side. If in two triangles corresponding angles are equal, then their corresponding sides are in the same ratio and hence the two triangles are similar, that is AAA similarity criterion. If in two triangles, two angles of one triangle are respectively equal to the two angles of the other triangle, then the two triangles are similar by AA similarity criterion. And if in two triangles corresponding sides are in the same ratio, then their corresponding angles are equal and hence the triangles are similar, that is SSS similarity criterion. Now see the SAS similarity. If one angle of a triangle is equal to one angle of another triangle and the sides including these angles are in the same ratio, then the triangles are similar by SAS similarity criterion. The ratio of the areas of two similar triangles is equal to the square of the ratio of their corresponding sides is the theorem in areas of similar triangles. That is also a very important concept. Then our last section is Pythagoras theorem. So the Pythagoras theorem is starting by the theorem if a perpendicular is drawn from the vertex of the right angle of a right triangle to the hypotenuse, then triangles on both sides of the perpendicular are similar to the whole triangle and to each other. After that we studied in a right triangle the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the other two sides. That is your theorem 6.8. And this is the Pythagoras theorem. And we studied in theorem 6.9 if in a triangle if square of one side is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides, then the angle opposite the first side is a right angle. So thus we discussed all the important concepts of this lesson, triangles. Hope all of you are able to recall all the main points. So now you want to practice all the questions from the sample question paper provided through Parent app and study very well this chapter. This is a very important chapter. Now we are moving to the second chapter of today's revision, that is Introduction to Trigonometry. In this chapter we are dealing mainly with the right triangles, and here in this chapter we are studying the important trigonometric ratios and trigonometric identities. Now in this chapter the main important concepts that you studied are trigonometric ratios and values of trigonometric ratios for some standard angles, trigonometric ratios of complementary angles, and trigonometric identities. In trigonometric ratios, we studied the formula for sin theta, cos theta, tan theta, cosec theta, sec theta, cot theta. Also we studied cosec theta is the inverse of sin theta, sec theta is the inverse of cos theta, cot theta is the inverse of tan theta. Also tan theta can be written as sin theta by cos theta, and cot theta is equal to cos theta by sin theta. The very important part of the lesson is you should know the value of trigonometric ratios for the different angles 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree. So these values you should understand and by heart, then only we can apply the problems very correctly. So all these values are very important, and you can see children, cosec 0 degree not defined, cot 0 degree not defined, and tan 90 degree is also not defined. Also you can see that the value of sin theta lies between 0 and 1. Similarly cos theta also between 0 and 1. 0 less than or equal to sin theta less than or equal to 1, and cos theta also 0 less than or equal to cos theta less than or equal to 1. Also we can see that cosecant theta is greater than or equal to 1. Sec theta is also greater than or equal to 1. So all these values you should understand and keep in your memory. After the values of trigonometric ratios of standard angles, we studied trigonometric ratios of complementary angles. That is sin 90 minus theta equal to cos theta, cos 90 minus theta sin theta, tan 90 minus theta cot theta, cot 90 minus theta tan theta, sec 90 minus theta cosec theta, and cosec 90 minus theta sec theta. Finally, we have the trigonometric identities in our lesson, and these trigonometric identities are equations involving trigonometric ratios. We have three identities here, mainly cos square theta plus sin square theta equal to 1 plus tan square theta equal to sec square theta, and 1 plus cot square theta equal to cosec square theta. Using these three trigonometric identities, we need to apply more problems in the text exercises. You are having more problems and you need to practice well the problems related to trigonometric identities, and that is a very important problem, very important result. All the three results, these results are very important for application of problems, for prove that problems, so that you can easily solve the problems whatever asked in the examination. So hope all of you understood all the important concepts of this lesson. Now we are moving to applications of trigonometry. So the applications of trigonometrical ratios what we studied is used for finding the heights and distances of various objects without actually measuring them. So if you are very well thorough with introduction to trigonometry and all the trigonometric ratios and values of standard angles, then we can easily study the applications of trigonometry. So let us recall the important concepts of this lesson. In this lesson, we need to understand the three terms related to applications of trigonometry, and they are line of sight, angle of elevation and angle of depression. What do you mean by line of sight? The line of sight is the line drawn from the eye of an observer to a point in the object viewed by the observer. The angle of elevation of an object viewed is the angle formed by the line of sight with the horizontal when it is above the horizontal level. That is the case when we raise our head to look at the object. And what do you mean by angle of depression? The angle of depression of a point on the object being viewed is the angle formed by the line of sight with the horizontal when the point is below the horizontal level. That is the case when we lower our head to look at the point being viewed. So dear children, practice all the examples provided in your textbook, textual exercises and sample questions provided to you, so that you can easily find out the height or length of an object or the distance between two distant objects. So easily you can determine with the help of trigonometric ratios. So prepare well all the problems from the chapter and make the chapter very thorough. Now we are moving to the next chapter, constructions. In this chapter actually there are three concepts: division of line segment in a given ratio, construction of similar triangles with given scale factor, construction of tangents to a circle. And dear students, as you know, construction of similar triangles with given scale factor, the second type is a deleted topic, so that we need to study only the first type and the third one, construction of tangents to a circle. So dear students, let us see a quick revision of the types of problems mentioned in this chapter. But for better result, try to watch the respective videos of constructions that we had posted already in your class groups, so that you will understand more and more idea. So let us see a quick revision of the concerned types what we want to study in this chapter. So all of you try to watch the videos also once more to understand more about the problems.
Have been asked in boards previously. Let's have a look at them first. Draw AB equal to 7 cm. Draw any ray AX making an acute angle with AB. Locate 8 points, that is 3 plus 5 points on AX such that all the points are equidistant. Join BA8. Through the point A3, draw a line parallel to BA8 intersecting AB at point P. Then AP is to PB is equal to 3:5. Draw a circle with center O of radius 6 cm. Take a point P 14 cm away from the center and join OP. Bisect OP. Let M be the midpoint of OP. Taking M as center and OM as radius, draw a circle. Let it intersect the given circle at points Q and R. Join PQ and PR. PQ and PR are the required two tangents. On measuring, we get PQ is equal to PR is equal to 12.7 centimeters. Draw a circle with center O and radius 6 centimeters. Take a point M on the circumference of the circle. Extend this line till a point P such that OM is equal to MP. With OM as radius, draw a circle intersecting the original circle at points Q and R. Join PQ and PR. Then PQ and PR are the required two tangents which are inclined to the circle at 60 degrees. You should know the justification for each and every construction.
Now let us move on to our last lesson today, surface areas and volumes. In this chapter, we are doing the following concepts: combination of solids and their surface area, volume of combined solids, and conversion of solid from one shape to another. As you know, children, in our day-to-day life we come across a number of solids made up of combinations of two or more of the basic solids, as we learned earlier. So in this chapter we need to remember the results of how to find the total surface area, lateral surface area of different solids, and that you need to apply in the problems. In this chapter, the section frustum of a cone is coming as a deleted topic for you this year, so you can avoid that section. Now students, we are going to see a quick revision of all formulas related to this lesson, surface area and volumes. To determine the surface area of an object formed by different solids, we know cuboid, cone, cylinder, sphere, hemisphere. All that we need the area, we need the volume of objects, so that here it is shown the different types of solids, what is the curved surface area, what is the total surface area, that we learnt in different classes. So there is cube, cuboid, cylinder. What is the curved surface area of the cylinder? What is the total surface area of the cylinder? How to find the volume of the cylinder? So likewise, we can find out all the formulas for finding surface areas and volumes of solid shapes that we learned in previous classes. Volume of a combined solid, conversion of solids from one shape to another. In all these problems, we can apply these important formulas. so that we can easily get your answer. So all of you need to by heart all these formulas and keep in your memory. Write and practice 4 or 5 times and make all the formulas thorough so that you can do any of the problems related to this chapter. All the problems in this chapter are very important and you need to practice all the examples, textual exercises and all the sample questions given you and practice well, do well for the examination. So once again children, all of you recall all the formulas from the given information and try to keep it in your memory. Practice more number of times, practice the formula and write and study so that any problem when it is asked, you can attempt the problem without any confusion. So practice is the only solution. Write and study and make all the concepts very thorough. So hope all of you got a clear idea about the chapter so that you can proceed all the problems in a very fine manner. So all of you are asked to do all the examples and textual exercises what we discussed in our earlier classes and make this chapter very thorough. So dear students, study well, prepare well and make your examination very easy, and when you practice more you will get more confidence to write the exam and you can maintain time management and complete the exam by time. All the best children. Best of luck for your exam students. Thank you.